welcome to Tech Talks, the People and Planet podcast. Today, I'm delighted to be joined by Tyler Martin, the VP of Digital and Analytics at Cabinet Health. Tyler, hi, how are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Thank you for joining us. This is going to be really good because, this is the People and Planet podcast, and Cabinet Health ticks both of those boxes really, really well. This is all about sustainable healthcare, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes.
Tell us more. What's the problem? What do you guys solve with the company mission, and what's the inspiration behind that?
Absolutely. So here at Cabinet Health, we're focused in on removing plastics, single-use plastics from healthcare. It's a very big problem. Every year, there's about 195 billion bottles that are used in packaging of medicine, whether that's a prescription or your supplement, whatever it might be. And only 5 to 7% of those make it into recycling. A lot of them end up in the landfill or back in the waterways. So what Cabinet Health really focuses on is we have a custom packaging solution that has all of your medicine refills come in a compostable pouch. So it's a pouch that's made out of wood cellulose and breaks down just like an avocado peel. And then we have really gorgeous glass bottles that you fill back up. They're child safe. They have a nice satisfying click to them as you close them. They stack on top of each other, and we make it really easy for you to come back and refill. We offer over-the-counter medications, prescriptions, and we also work with partners, organizations like pharmaceuticals and large wholesalers of medicine to unplastic their supply chains. So they, we are really experts in the packaging. We've done many studies on the stability of what you can put a medicine into. So, you need to look at how much water is getting through, how much oxygen and UV rays are hitting those medicines so that they don't expire too quickly or get moldy and things of that nature. So we've become true packaging experts, and we help organizations switch out their plastic from their supply chain.
Okay, great. Give me that big figure again. How many billion?
195 billion bottles, and it's a something that's under the surface, one of those hidden supply chain issues that you don't see. When, as an example, when you get a prescription, it comes in that little amber plastic bottle. But that little plastic amber bottle was filled from a medium-sized plastic bottle at the pharmacy. That medium-sized plastic bottle at the pharmacy was filled from a much larger plastic bag or bottle that was sent from the pharmaceutical. And all those are thrown out. So also is a problem because it's a lot of these have medicines in them. You can't send them to traditional recycling. They need to be thrown out after the fact. So if you really want to properly recycle a prescription or medicine bottle, you need to send it back to your pharmacy. And people just, it's not an easy option to go do that.
Absolutely. That's a crazy number, isn't it?
A lot,
crazy
yep.
number. And you can just imagine, like you said, it could go into a landfill, or it could go into the ocean and be collected in that big, plastic mound that they got in the Pacific. You've kind of touched on the product itself. Tell us a little bit more then. How does it work? Is this a B2C product, B2B, or both? Sounds like both.
It's both. So we focus in 3 different areas as an organization. So we started the company about 6 years ago, really focused in on over-the-counter medication. So things like your pain relief, your digestion relief. And we started selling them D2C from our website, from Amazon.com. And that has grown quite a bit. And we've, in the past year, moved into a couple of retailers, including CVS and Target. So you can go into many of the Target stores today. We sell these starter sets where you get medicine filled in the glass bottle. And then when you need to come back for a refill, we will sell you the pouch. The second part is, as we've been selling online directly to customers, we had about 2 years ago, a lot of customers ask for this solution for their prescriptions. If you think about the usage behavior of over-the-counter medications, you buy them in a reactionary scenario where I'm not feeling well, I need to go and have some cough relief, and I'll go buy that. And so buying online ahead of time it isn't always thought of as the first solution there. You're going to walk down to your local pharmacy, and people buy in bulk, right? You buy a lot of medicine, so you're not thinking about the plastic problem in that scenario, right? You buy it once or twice a year. But our customers wrote in and said, hey, I'm on a maintenance medication, something that I need to take for the rest of my life. I get one of those amber plastic bottles every single month, and I have a pile of them because I'm going to eventually recycle them or get rid of them, but I really don't have a good option. So about 2 years ago, we started up that prescription business to serve those customers, and it's growing quite rapidly. And then, as I alluded to before, we do operate in the B2B space, enabling pharmaceuticals and wholesalers to package into plastic alternative vessels for their medicine. So we have aluminum bottles as one of those that just launched with a partner, and a couple of other options that they can explore with us.
Got it. Really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What about yourself then? What's your own story? What's your background? How did you arrive at Cabinet Health?
Yeah, I many years ago as a professional athlete, I was trained for the Olympics in archery, and I was always very into understanding what I was putting into my body, and it kind of started my healthcare journey. But unfortunately, I didn't make the Olympic team, took a pause, went back to school, started to focus in on computer science, analytics, and business, and spent a good number of years in at Deloitte Consulting, working with federal clients, building out data visualization and kind of search engine tools. Did that for quite a few years, worked for a couple of tech startups as kind of a user interface lead engineer, designing ways that people could find information. And after some time, that itch for healthcare was always in the back of my head, and for health. So I went back to school and then worked at University of Pennsylvania's medical hospital system in their innovation group for a while, building tools in the health system and for patients, helping clinicians operate faster to find information in the medical system. And then about 4 years ago, I joined Cabinet. It was a nice jump from the health system into kind of a product-facing organization that we could really build out something from the scratch.
Absolutely. So what does your role as VP of Data Analytics involve now? Then you've got a team you were talking about. Talk us through an average kind of day, I suppose.
Oh yeah, I'm a maker at heart, so a lot of the time I try to find ways that I can contribute, but as I mentioned before, I can often get in the way. So my team manages most of the actual engineering work. I manage most of the analytics work myself, but my day is typically just syncing up with my engineers and my product team to see what everyone's working on, seeing what I can unblock them around. I lead a lot of our design of our customer-facing applications. So when you come back in to place a refill for an order, our kind of account portal experience that we actually just relaunched a couple of weeks ago, helped lead through the design of that with our design team. And so, yeah, it's jumping around a lot, everything from pharmacy partner integration, understanding how everything works, and making sure that we have the right logic in place so that it's going to work for our customers, and communicating that across the team.
And in terms of the actual analytics piece then, are we talking customer data here or product data? How does that work?
Yeah, it's primarily customer data and the associated operational data that comes along with it. So on the front side, ton of behavioral analytics, understanding what customers are doing on site. We run a lot of experimentations on site to understand, what messaging works well with customers, what products we want to offer for them. I spend most of my time in the prescriptions vertical of our business, and so there's a lot of complexity there. We sell almost 500 different medications that you can order from us. So understanding which ones that people can search for and how they order it. Getting a prescription switched over is always complex. So we're trying to understand how to minimize and smooth out that process. So there's a lot of analytics around that space. And then once we have a customer place an order and they're a cabinet customer and a patient, we really like to make sure they have a fantastic experience. So understanding how quickly we can take them from a new customer with no product in hand to a customer with their prescription in hand. Yeah. And to do that, we have to go get the prescription, right? The prescription isn't something that you carry around as a person anymore. It lives with the pharmacy that it was sent to from the doctor. So either you need to get a new prescription from your doctor to our pharmacy, or we need to go talk to the original pharmacy, say the CVS down the street, say, hey, we have a customer that wants to switch over to us. Please fax or send over our prescription electronically to our pharmacy. So a lot of understanding around that, how we can optimize those workflows.
Yeah, sure. Makes sense. All sounds good as well. And look, it seems like the business is doing really well. It's rarely plain sailing. Talk to us about any challenges that you guys have had and how you overcome those.
Yes. As I just mentioned, there's quite a few steps along the way to get someone's prescription in the door, I'll say.
Yeah.
For a system that was entirely modernized or mandated to modernize with HIPAA laws almost 20 years ago, it really has created a fragmented technology infrastructure, right? There's requirements that your information is portable, Portability Act, right? And that you can request from your doctor or your hospital system a record or a copy of your information. The interchange part, though, is still a little bit clunky. You'd be shocked how much of the healthcare industry operates on fax. If the systems don't connect, let's send a fax. If it didn't make its way through via eScribe, let's send a fax.
I don't even think I know how to use a fax.
We send hundreds and hundreds of faxes a week. It's quite astonishing. And then there's all the manual data associated with it, right? There's certainly OCR that you can perform on faxes, but faxes aren't very high resolution. Sometimes you need a human in the loop from the legal and regulatory perspective. So the biggest challenges we really face here are shortening that window so that the customer's not waiting a week before we can even ship off your medicine, and communicating to the customer all of the little potential hiccups that happen along the way. So I'd say customer comms is quite a big challenge too. Yeah. Just, hey, you requested this medication. You want us to send you a 90-day supply, but you only have 60 days left on your prescription. So we can offer you a refund and we'll send you the 60 days and then we'll work with your doctor to get a new prescription. A lot of that's quite manual, and our team has to manage with our pharmacy partner getting those prescriptions, whether it's via fax or phone call, wherever it might be.
Super important, though, isn't it? Because for customer loyalty and all that sort of stuff.
And for patient safety, right? A lot of people are on medications where they will have serious health implications if they stop taking it. So we need to make sure, right? And we can't perfectly predict how long it's going to take to switch your prescription over. We're upfront about it. We tell you it takes a couple of days, and usually it's quick. Usually we can get it within 24 hours. Yeah. But sometimes no one picks up at the other end on the pharmacy, and they don't look at the fax request we sent them. So a lot of follow-up, a lot of manual labor on that side still that we're working to automate.
Yeah, got it. What comes next? Anything that you can share with the listeners?
Yeah, so as I mentioned before, super excited about one of our recent launches with a partner of ours. They are launching a new generic over-the-counter brand called Foster and Thrive, and they are going to be powered by Cabinet's aluminum bottles. So that hasn't hit shelves yet. We'll see how that goes. Very excited to see that in the world. And then in the prescription space, we are really driving towards making that whole experience faster and smoother for customers. So building out some communication experiences where you can just text to us and we'll have your card on file and be able to send you a refill. Being able to remind you at the right time that we think you're almost done with your meds. Do you want us to send you a new one? So that's a big project that we have underway at the moment, just to, if we send them an email, people tend to have too much spam, so they don't look at it. So really enabling some of those experiences over text. And we just, as I mentioned, launched with a new pharmacy partner. We were ready to scale up and bring on as many customers that want to join.
All sounds really good. Tyler, thank you so much for joining us. It's all we've got time for, but thanks again. Tyler Martin, VP of Data and Analytics for Cabinet Health. Thank you.
Thank you, Lee.